equally good understanding of communication as well as technology for finance. As an education background of an engineer and experience in core operations and marketing of corporate finance, does not take himself too seriously. He believes life is too short for that. He has developed proprietary methodologies used for successful implementation of payroll and compliance in large corporates. He is a firm advocate of truth and integrity, evident from the services provided by this company. His company's name is Relativity. They are into compliance, statutory compliance of major corporates across the globe. And to talk about Akash Maunga in depth, he's an avid reader and writer on personal finance and taxation, regularly contributes to magazines like Outlook, Money, Money Today, and Mint Online. He had the privilege of having a personal invitation from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam while serving as the President of India in 2005 for his recognition to the social activities in the community. He is an apex member of Sirtuli Committee and a committee member of Karam, project chair of Siksha in the past. Nominated for the prestigious Change Looms Award of Sri Ratan Tata Trust in 2006 from South India. He has represented Tamil Nadu on the Committee of Young Achievers set up by Ministry of HRD, Department of Youth Affairs. His work experience, he had a stint at Precol Limited, a leading auto ancillary manufacturer to handle European markets. Then he had a company and is still with that, Dreams to Wealth, a personal financial planning and consulting company. Currently, he heads the operations of business development at Relativity, a leader in payroll and compliance to corporates and MNCs. So friends, I present before you the speaker for the day, Mr. Akash. Akash, over to you.
Thank you, Jagan, once again for this. This is my second session with you guys. It's been very kind, and thank you again for the invitation and the nice introduction. So without losing any more time, let's get on to increasing sales using Google My Business. I see a lot of excitement, a lot of people are joining, and probably, you know, we are going to have a good session moving forward. So a couple of things before we move on. Hope you're all able to see my screen, right? You're all able to see my presentation, and yeah, we'll toggle between the presentation, and whenever I require, I'll also toggle between Google search bar, because as we promised, it is going to be interactive. Now, I also need certain volunteers just to make it you know, a little more relevant to each and every one of you. So I will also require a bit of volunteering from you guys. And there are two ways of we doing that. You can raise a hand, or you can, you know, I'll randomly, I have the names of participants here, so I'll randomly choose one of you, and you can unmute yourself and you can speak. I hope that is okay, because the more relevance we add, the more engagement we add from each and every one of you, it'll be a lot more relevant. If you want preference in me asking you specific questions or volunteering, just put it on the chat box, so that you know, I have my team who will be able to watch out for that also. Jagan, you'll help me spot volunteers. Am I right? Wonderful. So before we move on, you know, I want to do a quick check about our audience. All of you who have joined, you know, I want to know, what do you do? How many of you are owners? How many of you own a business or want to own a business? Maybe, you know, in the next 1 year, in the next 2-3 years. How many of you are there? Why don't you raise your hand? You can raise hand using the functionality. Okay, 3 participants have raised hands. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, nice. Okay, 11, 12, 15, 16. Yes, that's nice. That's nice. Good. So about you know, I think about 50% are owners. What do you guys do otherwise? What about the others? Can you just put it on the chat box? What do you do otherwise? So, you know, the question that I'm asking is purely because I want to make it as relevant as possible for each of you who are joining or who have joined this webinar. So my examples and all of that will be a lot more relevant if you tell me what you do. So I'm just going to look at the chat. What do you do? Freelance trainer. You know, you are a businessman. Sales job. Wonderful. You can implement this for your company. Zonal sales manager. Right, sir. You can also implement this for the company. Owner. Yes. Wonderful. Architect and construction. You can also do this for your own company, right? Pharmacy. Yes, you can do this for your shop. Financial and insurance advisor, applicable to you also. So all of you are owners in some way or the other, right? All of you are owners in some way or the other. Wonderful. The next question that I have for the audience, how many of you use Google My Business currently? Bakery owner, yes, sir. Welcome. Wonderful. Nice to see that. Partner, yes, you're also there. Yeah. And oh my God, something went wrong. Okay, something went wrong. Let me refresh it. But by the way, how many of you use Google My Business? That was the question. How many of you currently use Google My Business? That was my question. So no idea, no. So seems somebody tried to use it, but I was unable to complete. Yes, I see one yes. Wonderful. I see two yes. I see three. So most of you, so what I can say is most of you do use Google My Business. I mean, don't use Google My Business, right? So which means that I will keep it to the fundamentals, and I'm sure those who already use, you can definitely have you know, a lot more key takeaways and all of that. So the next question that I have is, how many of you have a B2B business, and how many of you have B2C business? You can just say B2B or B2C. B2C means business to consumer. I'm sure you all know, but for the sake of clarity. And B2B means business to business, which means another company is your client or your prospect or your suspect, something like that. So I can see B2B, B2C, B2C, B2B. Okay, that seems to be quite a nice mix, right? Both B2B, B2C. Good. Yeah. So I think majority, you know, both are there. We have, you know, equal number of B2B and B2C users. So that'll, by that way, I'll make sure that I give examples relevant for B2B and examples relevant for B2C also. What we have established is not many are Google My Business users, except for a few. So I'll keep it as elaborate as possible for those majority. Yeah. So also, let's make sure that the ones who already use Google My Business, this can be a refresher for you. There are a lot of features that Google My Business has currently added, and you'll be able to benefit from those as well. We have also established the fact that most of you are owners, and few of you, though you are employed, you can still use this to improve sales or to improve your company, you know, impression at scale. Wonderful. So we are going to use, you know, please raise hands whenever you have a question. The host is there. Jagan and his team will help us, you know, answer or address any of your points. You can also use the chat functionality, and please mute when you don't want to speak, so that everybody else can, you know, hear. Wonderful. So let's go to the next step. So the first and most important thing that I would like to talk to you is fundamentally user behavior itself has changed, right? So fundamentally user behavior itself has changed. Now, what do we do, right? Something that we don't know. What do? We just go to Google and we ask, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I, you know, go from this place to that place? How do I find this person? How do I have, you know, I want to download this, you know, I just go to Google and search it. So we have moved from a one-to-one exchanging perspective to a one to digital exchanging perspective. You know, a lot of times what happens is we trust Google's information more than any information that we get from any third person who's not our very good friend or whom we don't trust. So we trust Google more. So that's how user behavior has actually changed. Think about it, right? You have your son, your daughter, they have some project to do. You just go to Google and Google the project, and there it goes. It gives you some examples. Let me take the help of the first person whom I know here, Jagan. Why don't you tell me, what do you do to reach a place that you don't know? You can unmute and you can speak, Jagan.
Yeah, I unmuted. See, normally what I do is I ask somebody.
Yes. Okay.
Till now, I'm not comfortable with Google because my past experiences, it always gives a wrong destination.
Okay.
Either straight, I tried it thrice, and all times I landed up at the wrong place.
Okay.
So I call up the person whom I want to go and meet. I ask them for some landmark, the traditional method, some bakery or some hospital or some hotel. Tell them I'll come there, I'll call you. From there, it's easy for me to go in.
Right. So that's one user's perspective, but you do agree that a lot of us have started asking Google for directions, right? Let's say we want to go to the residency, right? We, as long as you know where it is, it's absolutely fine, but otherwise we use Google Maps extensively. And one of the other research that has been pointed out is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which provide car driving directions functionality while driving car, is extensively being used. They are able to see that about 45% of traffic, 45% of users who ask for directions are actually from either Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Both of these help you navigate in your respective cars. So that's how user behavior has also changed. Now, typically when you are a Coimbaturian, you are in Coimbatore. Yes, many of the things that we know. But let's say you are not in Coimbatore. You have gone to Chennai. You have gone to Bangalore. You have gone to America. You have gone to London. You've gone to Singapore, and you want to reach to a specific place. There is no better solution than asking directions to Google. That's considered as one of the top ranking user behavior changes that we've seen. We also expect better consumer advice. Isn't that all? I mean, isn't that so? So let me. So I want a volunteer. If somebody is there, why don't you put your hand up so that I know? About consumer expectations, I want a volunteer to ask questions. 7 participants have raised hands. Okay, host, can you unmute one of them so that we'll be able to speak to them? Anyone, doesn't matter. So regarding this consumer expectations, so to the one who's going to be unmuted, the question to you is, how would you feel if the store or the shop or the business that you wanted to go is closed? How would you feel?
We would have felt that we should have known about it.
You should have known about it. Fantastic, excellent. And do you, so continuing this question to you, may I know your name, please?
I am Shankar from Bangalore, but currently I'm held up in Cochin due to the border closure.
Hey, no problem at all, Shankar. So hope you're safe. And the next follow-up question to that is, would you like to see the photograph of the stores even before you go? Would you like to do that?
Absolutely.
Yes. And why do you think a photograph, when you see a photograph, do you think it will help you in some way? It will make your judgment better or something?
Yeah, basically seeing is believing. So you know what you're going for and what is there in store for you.
Nice, nice. Shankar, thank you very much for raising hand and answering this question. So, friends, every one of you would know that these kind of consumer expectations are there. We don't want to waste our time, right? I would rather do something useful instead of finding out that after traveling for a certain amount, for a certain time and for a certain distance, that the store is closed. Point number one. Point number two, we make visual judgments based on the photographs, right? We make visual judgments based on the photographs. And hence, consumer expectations have significantly risen, and they are for the good, and they are going to continue to be that way. So the point that I'm trying to make here, friends, is user behavior has significantly changed. If we still continue to be a offline brick and mortar store, it is not going to help. We will not be able to cater to the new set of consumers, the new set of consumers who have higher consumer expectations, the new set of consumers who are digital. And I will tell you that there are lot more people going that path, including Jagan, right? That's why he's there in this particular webinar, because he wants to know about Google My Business and he wants to use it. Right, Jagan? Right. So let's move on to the next point about why do we need Google My Business. So yeah, the consumer expectations have changed, blah, blah, blah. Many of you already have. Yes, I already see participants raising hands. Thank you. Host, why don't you unmute one of them and they can talk about why do they think that they need Google My Business. Host, please do the needful.
Sir, hello, sir. This is Kumar. Can I shoot my question? So can I just say one? Why do we need? Because I hear most of them. First of all, if I have to go to a restaurant or anywhere, first of all, for the direction at least, I will use Google My Map. So that is the first thing. And advantage is, the bonus I get is, I also get to know the ambience, so which I will check if that suits my mood. And also, social proof is even more important. I'll see what others have sold already. It's a good experience, whether it's costly and what is the price range. So I get a lot of information as if I had gone there 3-4 times. The judgment I would have at that time. So instantly with at the scroll, even I cannot call up so many people and get that feedback. So this is the easier way. Just 2-3 minutes, I can almost decide whether I can go for it or not. So that much of information is there. Just starting with a map, I would actually end up investigating about the company so much that I decide whether I should go or not.
Wonderful. So you have spoken in the perspective of a consumer, Kumar, and I really appreciate your views. We want to know how the ambience is. We want to know whether we will get what we need. We want to know all of that even before we take a decision, right? Whether the store or the place that I have searched is useful or not. Now that's on a consumer point of view. On a business point of view, Google My Business, you're all business owners. In the business point of view, why do we need Google My Business, right? You have a website, you already have a number of pages to manage. You have a LinkedIn page to manage. You have Facebook. I spoke about social media in my earlier webinar. I spoke about how we can use WhatsApp for marketing, and we have all these mobile phones and landlines and all of that. Yet, Akash, tell me the reason why do you want me to use Google My Business? That could be a potential question in the mind of the business owner. And the pure answer to that is because traditional forms of media need an upgrade, right? See, traditionally, what has worked all these years? What has worked? Referral has worked, right? So let's say you want to go somewhere, you will call up a foodie. Let's say you want to go to a restaurant. You will call up a foodie and you ask him, see, I feel like eating Chinese today. I feel like eating pizza today. Recommend me a restaurant. And there is where you go, right? Let's say you want to buy a specific shirt or a nice shirt. Maybe you will call your friends and you'll ask, okay, see, I want to do some purchase for my wedding. Which is the store should I go? And they're going to tell that to you. Let's say you want an electrician, right? What are you going to do? You're just going to ask your neighbor, and he's going to tell you the electrician that came to his home and repaired his electrical problem. And that's what has happened, right? So, but that is the traditional form of media, and we have to upgrade ourselves if we want to continue existing in this digitally obsessed world. I hope all of you agree with me. And Kumar, thank you very much for sharing your views. I know a lot of people have raised hands, and as we progress, every one of you will get an opportunity to speak. I like this. Thank you very much for your involved participation. So the first and foremost reason for a business owner is because your business board, Google My Business, will be your business board. Imagine you open a shop, you open a business, and you don't have a business board. How will people know, right? There's no, absolutely no way that you would do that. The same way for your online world, Google My Business will act as your business board. Whether you like Google My Business, whether you like Google or not, but you have to be there. Google My Business will be your business board. Point number two, you can get in front of your prospects, right? So I search restaurants near me. It is going to give me all of those restaurants which is near in my locality. I search restaurants, malls near me. It is going to give me the malls in my locality, and probably those malls which are also outside of my locality. And we will see that in example. And there is a constant fight. You have only one consumer, but there are a lot of businesses fighting for that one consumer. And how do you get in front of your prospects? Using Google My Business, right? And the next is because you want to also engage with your buyers, right? So Kumar earlier spoke very, very nicely about the social recognition or the social truth. How do others feel about my business, right? So the more you engage with your buyers, the better it is. And we will see some specific examples about how we can engage with our buyers. Now, you shouldn't be surprised to see that about 78% of companies now advertise solely on digital media, right? They use only digital media and nothing else. In fact, you tell me, do you remember there were those days when we used to get telephone directory from petrol pumps? How many of you remember? We used to get telephone directory from petrol pumps. They used to sell it or they would give it for free. I don't remember. I think this is somewhere around 10-15 years old. They were called as yellow pages. Remember, they were called as yellow pages. Yeah, I see a lot of chat. Yes, a lot of people do remember. Right? So see, that was how businesses were traditionally spoken about. Businesses were traditionally marketed. You want to reach out to somebody. You see an ad in the local newspaper, or you see an ad or a listing on the yellow papers or yellow pages. Get it, yellow pages, and then that is how it had to be done. But today, that's not the case. Yellow pages is redundant. Even Get It has moved to online. And we have Just Dial and all of them who give us a lot more information than yellow pages, because consumer or user behavior has changed. And if we as business owners do not change with the changing user behavior, we will be left out and we will have nothing to talk about. Right? So let's keep that in mind, and let's move forward and see what more we have. So, right, let's observe this slide a bit, and I wanted to show you what you can do on Google My Business. Now, is Google My Business a website? Is Google My Business a social media page, or what is it, right? And what it can do is what is very important for us. We can call it anything, but at the end of the day, how it can benefit you is most important. So as you can see, you get discovered or you get found, right? You get discovered. That's the first and most important aspect of Google My Business. More people discover. Discover is not an invention. Invention is finding something which is not there. Discovery is finding something which you are unaware of. I'll tell you again, discovery is finding something which you are unaware of, right? So I'm going to show you an example here. This actually happened very much today and very much at my home. And you know, while my wife was doing some chutney, the mixie broke down. You know what I did? Yes, we are all in lockdown and all of that, but I'm going to show you what I actually did. I went to Google and I'm sure you are able to see my screen. I'm exactly doing what I did. Sorry. This is interfering my, yeah. So I went to Google and then I Googled MIXIE, mixie repair near me. This is what I exactly did, right? Because I've never used this particular location to repair my mixies. I have lived all my life in Sai Baba Colony and all my shops I know only there. But now because of the lockdown, I wanted to look at somebody who is nearer to me. So you can see that I know somebody, but there are a number of reasons why I am unable to go there. And I have all of these who are next to me or who are near to me, right? You can see all of these. So what happens is you get listing. In fact, I didn't search as, yeah, I searched as mixie near me, right? And I got to one person, and you know what? I even he's going to come tomorrow to my home and fix the mixie, and he's just 8 minutes away from my home, right? We spoke, and I could reach out to him only because he had his listing on Google My Business. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been possible, right? So you get discovered or you get found. Now this is not only for a mixie guy or an electrician or a plumber or a restaurant or a dance bar, you know, I mean, or a dance class or a trainer, anything. It is for everyone. It is for everyone. The only criteria is either you should welcome customers. If you want to open up your Google My Business account, you should welcome customers to your store. That's one criteria. Or the other criteria is that you go service them at their place. These are the only two criteria, right? And I'm sure 95% of us will fit one of these two criteria, right? Now let's take some examples. Again, a raise of hands, somebody who wants to volunteer. I want to show you how you can get found on business. So one of you who is ready to volunteer, who has a business but who is not there on Google My Business, why don't you raise your hand, please, and we'll take your case as an example. Yes, host, please help me unmute one of them and they can speak. Yeah, anyone who has been unmuted can please speak and introduce yourself with your name, please. Are we not able to hear? Okay, host, can you unmute somebody else, because I think we're not able to hear the gentleman. Anyone? No? Okay. But I saw quite a few raise of hands. Host, you're there?
Yes, Akash, I'm there.
Okay. Oh, so you are doing the hosting, Jagan. Jagan,
no, Vijay is also there. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you able to unmute somebody, or shall we pick a name from the list?
Yeah, Netaji, you can talk to Netaji. I unmuted him.
Okay. Netaji, are you able to hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. So, Netaji, why don't you tell us what you do so that we can show you how you can be found on Google?
So basically, I do event management.
You do event management. So,
yeah.
Right. So what I'm going to do is, let's say, you know, I have my my wedding is already over. That's a bad example. So let's say I have, you know, I'm going to have a son, and I want to engage an event manager for the first year birthday, right?
Okay, fine. Okay.
So I'm going to say event manager near me, right?
Yes.
And there it comes, right? So I have this fellow, I have Purple 7, I have you know, this person, and then I see more places, and then you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at their ratings also, right?
Okay,
sometimes when it is event management, I don't mind even if you are far away. It doesn't matter,
Okay.
because what matters to me is quality and how you have done well, right?
Okay, fine.
So in that case, right, I'm going to look at all of this, and then I'm going to choose about 2 or 3 of them, and I'm going to talk to them, correct?
Yes, yes.
And you would see that I did not even go, right? I did not even go below this. Did you see that? I didn't even go here.
Yes, not more than 5.
Yes, because the whole information is available here. That is the reason, right?
Okay.
And hence it is most important for us to be available at this place.
Yes.
Now do you get the fact?
Yeah, I get it. Yes, I get it.
Yes?
I get it.
Wonderful. Is there somebody else who wants to you know, try out another example? Is there somebody else who wants to try out another example? Any raise of hands? See, why I'm trying to make it a little more, you know, interactive is because Google My Business is something that you know, I shouldn't only talk about it and then keep going, because then you will keep going and then nobody will benefit out of it, right? So the best thing is to look at examples. Yeah, is there somebody? It's wonderful. So I think we will go on, and maybe we'll take few questions later. So yeah, going to find a doctor. Yeah. So Srinivasan has told to find a doctor. Oh my God, this is the most common thing. So I have done this a couple of times, and I am telling you, I have met some of the best doctors. So typically, you know, as much as possible, I try to avoid English medicine as much as possible. So I typically choose Ayurveda, AYURVED, Ayurvedic doctor. Let's say, so I'm not going to use near me. Now my office is in Vadavalli. So I would like to see him when I'm at my office, so that, you know, it's during my time there. So I'm going to say Ayurvedic doctor in Vadavalli. Oh, sorry. I'm sure, yeah, Google will automatically correct it. Yes. So if you are an Ayurvedic doctor, you want to be here. In fact, Ilangovan Ayurvedic Clinic is Dr. Ilangovan is my doctor. I go to him regularly, and I found him thanks to Google My Business. Can you see here? He's on the first, right? And even if I don't want to go here, you know, I'm not even going down. Can you see? I'm not even going down. I'm just sticking here. And this is exactly how it is going to behave on your phone, on the Google Maps, everywhere. This is how it is going to behave. Your search results, the SEO search results are going to come later. So those, you know, I run a company. I told last time that I am not a digital marketing agency or an agent or a consultant. I don't do anything of that. I'm an entrepreneur. I have used all of this, and I'm just sharing my learnings and my views with all of you. So people, digital marketing agencies and digital marketing consultants, you know, have hardly told me about Google My Business. They first told me, sir, do SEO. Okay, how much does SEO cost, sir? SEO costs about 25 to 30,000 rupees a month. And you can see the result only after 6 months. This is what, believe me, a couple of my team members are also here, so they are also going to agree with me. This is what they have told me. But nobody has told me that, sir, the first and foremost thing is to be on Google My Business, because that is what steals the show. Can you see? You can see it all by yourself. You can see it all by yourself. Yes, yes, Mr. Srinivasan, child, non-consulting hours. Yeah, everything. I mean, we can do wonders on Google My Business. Now, let's see how to do wonders. Enough of my talking. The second thing that I can do is I can also communicate with my potential target audience. And I will show you some examples of how you can communicate with your potential target audience. Now, why I'm telling that they are potential target audience is because they may not be your clients until now. That is why I'm telling that they may be your potential target audience. See, those people who are already your clients may not prefer coming to you through Google My Business because they already know you. Google My Business primarily, I think about 60-65% should be for those who are not your clients, and about 30-35 for those who are your clients, right? So that's the importance that you have to talk about when we speak about Google My Business, right? And the third is you can promote e-commerce transactions. You can sell your products. You can list your products on Google My Business. You can list them, right? So let's say, for example, okay, so here I need a raise of hands, and what I want is somebody. Okay, no, it doesn't matter. Even B2B guys, you can raise your hands. It will be very relevant to you also. All this while we have seen B2C, but even B2B, what's your product? Raise of hands, and 6 participants has raised hands. Jagan, can you please help unmute any one of them? Any one of them.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, myself Brito.
Brito, yes, Brito.
Yes.
What are your products, Brito?
No, I am an event manager, B2B business.
Okay, you are, so what you do is services, correct? Event management is a service.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
Right. Do you sell any product apart from your event management service?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So Brito, what happens is Google My Business also gives you the opportunity to list your services, right? And
okay, yeah.
so many times what happens is event management is a very large name, but you can add additional services, like for example, wedding planner. You can write birthday planner, right? All of these are different services.
Audio visual and photography, like kind of that.
Yes. You can definitely. You have already done that, Brito?
No, sir. I have a small doubt, so that is what.
So
how should
Brito,
tell me, sir.
Can we take doubts subsequently?
Sure,
yeah?
Sure.
Oh, if you don't mind. So what I want right now is somebody who has products, physical products. Anybody who has physical products, please indicate to Jagan so that he can unmute you. Anybody who has
sir, this is Kumar again. This is Kumar again. Just want to check if I can go again, or you want to give it to somebody else.
Carry on. Doesn't what?
Okay, so yeah, we actually are into dry fruits, and we sell pan India in multiple e-commerce platforms, which includes Amazon, Flipkart, and other e-commerce platforms. But we are never in Google My Business, because first time I'm hearing that we can actually list the product itself, and we can actually supply it through Pan India. So you can give us more information, so that would be useful for us.
Yes. So see, of course, Google My Business is not a end-to-end e-commerce platform, right? But you can list your products and you can connect it with Google Merchant Center and you can make sales. How beautiful is it? Right. So Kumar told all of us that he sells dry fruits, right? So what are the usual products in dry fruits? Walnuts, almonds, and all of that. So instead of, while you do look at a store, while you do look at a retail store, my dear friends, but what if I also am able to show you a nice photograph of my almonds, of the packing of my almonds? or walnuts, or what do they call, cashew nuts and raisins and all of that, right? So I can add products, I can give SKUs, and I can even use it as a basis for e-commerce. How nice is it, right? So these are all the things that you can do with Google My Business. Now let's say I don't know if somebody is there, but let's say you are a fire extinguisher company, right? You trade, you are a trader in fire extinguishers. You can put photographs, you can list your fire extinguishers as different products, and you can put them and you can classify them, and people will be able to see even before coming to your store that you have all of this. People will be able to see, and if you want, you can even you can even enable end-to-end e-commerce if you want. Otherwise, no problem, but at least people can see that you have all of these products. And that as somebody else rightly said, gives more trust for him to reach out to you than to another business who only says that I am a dry fruits dealer or I am a fire extinguisher dealer, but there are no photographs of that particular product, right? So there the competition is between you and your competitor. So the more you use my Google My Business effectively, the better it is. Let's look at some examples. I know that there are a couple of people who have raised hands. We will definitely take questions shortly, but let's look at some examples. So I was showing you, right? Get discovered or get found. So you can see what I tried to do. Just a couple of hours ago when I was preparing this. When I actually, this particular subject I have already taken about a year ago. I just updated it and I added relevant screenshots just recently, just this afternoon. So you can see I run a payroll management company, and as you can see that when I say payroll management near me, can you see my company has got listed here? And this is on Google. Let's say I don't use Google, but I directly use Google Maps. Even there it has got listed, right? And this is what we say as get discovered or get found. Now, this is like, telling that, yes, I am a business, I am here, please come to me. That is what you're telling. Great. The second, we spoke about, communicating with your potential target audience. Now, there are a lot of ways how you can actually communicate with your potential target audience. And we are going to talk about a few that you can see on the screen. So you can you see this particular, post, the digital businessman, help your clients and retain them. So this particular post was posted by one of my team members just a couple of hours ago, about the video that I did for the same set of audience, along with Jagan and Mile Foundation and everybody else. And you can see that is posted under an event. Can you see the event? Blue event is highlighted, right? So you can list your events on Google My Business. Let's say you're a restaurant, right? And let's say you are having a Saturday Saturday Chettinad special. You can list that as your event, and automatically people who search for restaurants, your event will be shown because it is something special, right? Let's say you are a car dealer, and you have many of our car dealers, right? They do this. They give us this free consultation, bring your car, get these checks done free of cost. You can add that as an event, and this will be highlighted when people search for it because something special is happening. So one of the ways is through events. The other ways is through what's new, right? What's new meaning, okay, something new that is happening. Can you see here? If you can see, this was posted. This is again of my own company because only I'll be able to see. So on November 6th, 2018, this particular post was posted. And can you see down, it has 418 views. 418 people have looked at it. And what have I done? I have not paid a single rupee for those 418 people to actually look at this. Usually when we want to advertise, we have to pay. But see here, no advertisement, no pay for the advertisement. 418 people have looked at it and 13 people have also clicked. And you can see that there are a few other options, which I'm going to talk to you moving forward. Yes. So another way of how you can communicate with your potential target audience is by messaging. Can you see here on the most right-hand side, you have a call button, you have a message button, you have a directions button, and you have a website button. Now that message button, there was somebody, I think the second gentleman who raised his hand, I don't know his name, I lost his name. He spoke about ambience and he spoke about wanting to know if my product is there or not. You can message, you can accept messages from your potential customers, right? You can accept. So we had Kumar who spoke about the dry fruit selling. I don't know you, no problem. I can go to Google and I can start messaging you. Okay, so do you have black raisins? I need about 2 kilograms of black raisins. Do you have them? See, the customer hasn't come to your store, but you are getting an inquiry. You are getting an inquiry. How awesome is that? Right? And then for a couple of businesses which work on appointment basis, of course, this image is a bit blurred. I'm talking about the image next to it. Can you see wonderful spectacles, right? There is under directions, there is request for appointment. So let's say you are a doctor. I think there is a doctor in our group, and people can fix appointments through Google My Business, and you can accept or decline your appointment, right? Let's say you are you have a I think Mr. Jawahar is also here. Let's say he wants, I mean, he's a financial consultant, so you want to go and meet him, and there is a request for appointment button. You know for sure that if he has accepted your appointment, you know for sure that he is going to be there when you go. You don't waste time. Think about it, right? So these are certain examples of how you can communicate with your potential target audience. Mind you, these are not even your clients. These are just when you get discovered, the next thing to do is give them options to reach out to you. First is to get discovered, right? And then after you get discovered, you should have various options to attract them and to communicate with them, right? Let's say there are a couple of event managers I know here. Brito told me that he has an event management company. So let's say I want to ask Brito, do you do Sangeet events? He's not listed that, right? Let's say, for example, he's not listed that on his service, but he's listed that he does event management. Now, I don't know whether he does, Sangeet as a event management service or not. So I can leave a message. Hey, Brito, do you do Sangeet events? If Brito says, yes, I do, then I can say, okay, this is my number, please call me, right? So see, this is how we have to engage with the digital audience. This is how user behavior is changing. And this is how we have to use Google My Business for our advantage. In fact, I will tell you, forget your old, your suspects. As a client, I am very fond of Raymond's stitching, right? Raymond's, they do wonderful stitching. So, and I have a favorite shop of mine in the Raymond shop. Regularly I go there. Now, for some reason, I was not able to find the mobile number of my normal guy to whom I speak, right? I was not able to find his mobile number. So what I did is I searched for the Raymond's shop and I sent a message that, do you still have this particular I just took a photograph of a particular color of, color of pant cloth that I wanted. And I sent a message, do you have something like this or similar to this? Right. So I didn't even have to go to the shop. And you know what? I got a response back saying that, yes, we do have, may not be the exact color, but we do have a lot of options in this combination. And why don't you come in and we'll show you what and all we have. So those are ways of how you can communicate with your potential target audience. So if somebody has questions, please raise your hand so that we can definitely take up questions also, right? Yes. So yes, Mr. Srinivasan has raised hands, I guess. Why don't we take his question so that it's relevant on the same slide? Jagan, would you help unmuting Mr. Srinivasan?
Yeah, Srinivasan, you're unmuted. Srinivasan, you can ask your question, please.
Okay. No problem. There is another gentleman who also wanted.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Are you now hearing?
Yes. Go on.
Hello, hearing now? Is clear? Hello. Hello.
Yes, we are able to hear you, Srinivasan. Please go on.
Nice, very nice, sir. Really, basically, I'm an engineering guy. Experience of 26 years. It's a very good subject on e-commerce and platform. So I got an innovation idea of my friend who is in Valparai. He's in a tea estate. He got a very good brand of tea, and he was always asking me to sell this product on in your network. So I thought of using this platform. Suddenly, I stuck in mind using this platform to to brand this product or to sell this product. So how can you help me on this? Because I'm not a computer person. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so of course, by listening to this particular webinar, Google My Business is something that you can definitely leverage upon. But that's a pretty nice business offer. You are trying to ask me whether I can be your consultant for selling. I wish I could, but that means that I have to change my profession. I'm sorry. So Srinivasan, why don't you get in touch with me and I can put you on to certain good digital marketing consultants whom I know, right? They do a wonderful job. They have worked for me. They have worked with me, and I can definitely put you on to them, and you can maybe talk to them and find out if something is better, right? Yeah. So
your number, I need your number later on.
You'll find that at the end of the presentation. Now, so let's just use the same example that Mr. Srinivasan spoke about, right? So he has somebody who is manufacturing tea at Valparai, and he wishes to, let's say, for example, he wishes to open a tea store, an only tea store. And I want to buy tea. Of course, tea, exotic tea is what I will try to find on Google. Otherwise, normal teas, I just go to Nilgiris or Kannan and I just buy it off the shelf. But if it is going to be something special, something exotic, that's something that I will definitely try to find on Google. And and that's how you can get discovered. Your shop can get discovered, and that's how you can entertain more customers and all of that. Yes, so there is another gentleman, Parthiban of I think Solar Water. Can I talk you, Mr. Parthiban? Would you like to speak? Do you have a specific question relevant to this particular slide or anything? We can definitely take questions, guys. So I want you to ask questions relevant to this particular slide. Of course, we have a Q&A session at the last. But why I'm opening up, why I'm stopping at every slide and asking you to raise hands if you have questions is because if you have specific question relevant to this particular slide, I would definitely like to address them right away. That's the reason.
Yeah, I think Divya is unmuted. Can Divya put forward a question, please?
Who Divya is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Divya, do you have a question for us? No, I don't think. So, Jagan,
Yeah.
Jagan, you run a pharmacy. You have a pharmacy outlet, which I know very well, right? So, tell me, do you think that we saw in a couple of slides about getting discovered or found,
Yes.
and communicating with potential target audience? Do you have any specific questions that, for the benefit of the audience, you would like to ask on the whole group so that everybody understands?
See, I didn't know about these. Can I come to the previous slide that where you had an event and all those other things?
Yes, event is there. What's new is here. Offers are here. Yes.
So I didn't have that. I didn't know about that.
Right.
So I didn't make use of it. So when I registered, somebody told me and I registered. And what I did, it asked for some photos, the shop photos and other things. Then he asked some questions like, what are the products you deal? Who's your customer? Something like that it asked. So what I filled it, I forgot it. Almost 1 month, I didn't touch back again. So, but I'm getting constant emails from them telling us like, you'll have to put in this additional data or something else is required. You're not communicated with your client. Then once I had an email saying two of your customers have given a feedback.
Right.
So this is my experience.
Right. So Jagan, and for the benefit of everybody, thank you very much for sharing your views, Jagan. But let me ask you this question back, Jagan. Let's say you have a sales guy. Okay.
Okay.
So you have a sales guy, and you're going to pay him about 10,000 or 12,000 rupees a month, and his responsibility is to improve your sales. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Would you what would you do? Would you just appoint the sales guy and forget about him, or otherwise what would you do?
You caught me. Just because this was free, I didn't, frankly speaking, I'm not given any money on this.
Exactly. Yes, you are right. So what we should think of Google My Business is your virtual marketing guy, right? Of course, Google My Business through marketing will end up sales, right? The owner still has to, or the customer still has to come to your shop for the sale to happen. But Google My Business, all of us, for the benefit of everyone, you need to understand that Google My Business is your marketing guy, and you shouldn't just appoint a marketing guy and then not do anything about it. Of course, he's not going to work. He's going to sit and he's going to chat with his girlfriend, right? That is definitely going to happen if you don't ask. Typically, what do? We educate our marketing guys, right? What we do, we educate them, we track their performance. We ask, okay, how many did you meet today? What did this person do? What did that person do? And it's marketing, right? So you have to find out ways of attracting potential buyers. So what you'll say, okay, we'll announce this scheme or we'll announce that scheme. That is what we call as offers. In digital world, we call it as offers. So Jagan, let's say for example, right, you have a festival or something that is coming up, and you'd like to clear some of the stocks that you have, or you have some product which is newly launched, right? Can you go to the offers page and put up an offer for your customers?
Yes, definitely.
Let's say you say, okay, if you are a new customer, we will, and you buy this much worth of products, you'll get 5% off. Will that make your customer reach out to you more than your competitor?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. So that's how it is, right? So how you communicate with your potential target audience is something. See, another example that I can give you, Jagan, is you have a pharmacy, right? So what if you organize a simple wellness session for senior citizens, right? So that is an event, correct?
Yeah.
and you add that event here, and you know, it's the digital world. Nothing is going to get lost. Right? So even after 5 years or after 10 years, when people scroll through your events, they will still see that, you know, in 2020, after this crazy Akash conducted a webinar, Jagan organized an event about wellness. That's never going to go away, right? And that builds trust in comparison to the other competitor just next to you who hasn't done all of this.
Yes.
You got it. So this is how we engage or we communicate with the potential target audience.
Right, Akash. See, I have not done anything, but the last 2 weeks I got around 6 inquiries.
Okay.
A guy called from Dubai. He said like he wanted to deliver a medicine to his family who's in Sai Baba colony.
Right.
I asked him, how did he get it? He told me, I searched in Google, I put a farm medicines door delivery, your address came up. See, nice, good. So that's how you get connected, right? And the world is becoming smaller. I think Mr. Parthiban has you know, messaged again, requesting him to speak. Maybe he has a question. Jagan, why don't we unmute Mr. Parthiban? Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah, unmuted, Ji.
Parthiban, you can ask the question.
Mr. Parthiban, please ask your question. I think there's some, you know, audio issue from his side. Is that so? You're unable to hear?
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Parthiban, please go on.
Hello. So hear me, sir?
Hello? Yes, we are able to hear you. Please go on.
Hello. Sir, can I talk in Tamil?
Yeah, definitely. Tamil la pesalanga. No problem.
Sir, இல்ல. Actually, நான் வந்து பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா solar water heaters and chimneys வந்து trading பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம்.
Okay.
நாங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா கூகுள் பிசினஸ்ல வந்து பேமெண்ட் பண்ணியும் நாங்க இது ஜாயின் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். தென் justdial.com, சுரேகா எல்லாத்துலயுமே போட்டு பார்த்தோம். பட் என்ன அதுல ப்ராப்ளம் வருது அப்படின்னா, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 15-20 டேஸுக்கு வந்து எங்களுக்கு வந்து ஆர்டர்ஸ் வந்து அங்கிருந்து ஃபோன் கால்ஸ் இது எல்லாமே வருது, நம்பர்ஸ் எல்லாமே நமக்கு வருது. பட் அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா நம்மளோடது வந்து எந்த கால்ஸுமே வர்றதில்லை, அது அப்படியே ஸ்லோ டவுன் ஆகுது.
ஓகே.
இது எதனால அப்படின்னு சொல்லி தெரியல. நான் ஏன்னா இப்போ 2 months அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து திருப்பி ஒருத்தவங்க வந்து பேசுவாங்க நம்மளோட, சார் இது மாதிரி நீங்க அப்கிரேட் பண்ணிக்கிங்க, உங்களுக்கு கிளைண்ட்ஸ் இது பண்றோன்னு. நம்ம அப்கிரேட் பண்றது மந்த்லி 3,500 rupees பே பண்ணியும் நான் பார்த்தேன். ஒரு 3 to 4 months பார்த்திருந்தேன்.
I'll tell you, sir, Parthiban sir, this is actually sir, Google My Business is totally free. நீங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்கன்னா that is about Just Dial.
இல்ல சார், கூகுள்ல இருந்து எனக்கு வந்து கூகுள் இதே மாதிரி எனக்கு வந்து கூகுள்ல வந்து உங்களோடது நான் டாப் பொசிஷன்ல கொண்டு வருவோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கூகுள் டீம்ல இருந்து வந்து மந்த்லி 3,500 rupees இன்க்ளூடிங் டாக்ஸ், 3,000 பிளஸ் டாக்ஸ் வந்து 2 months பண்ணோம். பட் அதுல எந்த பெரிய அவுட்புட்ஸும் எனக்கு வரல. சரி, எனக்கு அதனாலதான் எனக்கு இதுல என்ன மாதிரி நீங்க சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கீங்கன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல.
சோ இப்போ நான் ஜெகன் கிட்ட ஜஸ்ட் a few minutes முன்னாடி நான் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன் இல்லீங்களா, இப்போ நம்ம சார் நீங்க சொல்றது ஆக்சுவலா கூகுள் ஆட்வர்ட்ஸ், கூகுள் மை பிசினஸ் இஸ் அப்சல்யூட்லி ஃப்ரீ. கூகுள் ஆட்வர்ட்ஸுக்கு தான் நம்ம பே பண்ணணும், சரிங்களா? சோ இந்த கூகுள் ஆட்வர்ட்ஸா இருந்தாலும் சரி, இல்ல இந்த ஜஸ்ட் டயலா இருந்தாலும் சரி, ஒன் ஃபண்டமெண்டல் திங் சார், நமக்கு வந்து என்னன்னா நம்ம வந்து சேல்ஸ் வந்துரும் நினைக்கிறோம், பட் தட் இஸ் ஆக்சுவலி நாட் த ஃபேக்ட். nobody can replace our sales engine. கூகுள் மை பிசினஸா இருந்தாலும் சரி, கூகுள் ஆட்வர்ட்ஸா இருந்தாலும் சரி, ஜஸ்ட் டயலா இருந்தாலும் சரி, all of these வந்து they only connect us to prospects who want to buy. சரிங்களா? பட் they don't help us sell. They only do marketing. selling நம்ம தான் பண்ணணும்.
இல்ல சார், அதுல
பாயிண்ட் நம்பர் 1 சார்.
ஓகே.
நம்பர் 2 என்னன்னா, இப்போ சில டைம் வந்து there may be some challenges, like for example ஜெகன் கிட்ட சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன், நீங்க போட்ட மார்க்கெட்டிங் பர்சன் வந்து வேலை பண்ணலன்னா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம், 15 days பார்ப்போம், அதுக்கு மேலயும் அவங்க கிட்ட பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் வரலன்னா we start grilling him. என்ன தப்பு பண்றேன், என்ன பண்றோம், அது வந்து we will have to drill down and we have to find the answer for it and take corrective action. but that is not Google My Business. That is different and this is different.
Okay.
But anyway, the answer to your question is we have to keep looking at what we are not doing right so that we do it right.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Akash, we have one more question from Mr. Bala Srinivasan. Yeah, I'm trying to unmute him.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Please tell me.
Yeah, I'm Srinivasan from Vasavi Decorations, sir. I'm into wedding and events.
Okay.
I have one doubt in this Google page. Can you explain what is a post and how we can differentiate the post and photos? Because whether we need to put lot of posts or we need to put lot of photos in our page, which will be very useful.
So typically, so I'll definitely talk about that, right?
Okay.
Post is something that is something new.
Okay.
Like for example, last time when I spoke about examples for event management for lead generation, I told them that or checklist நீங்க ரெடி பண்ணீங்கன்னா
okay
உங்களோட டார்கெட் ஆடியன்ஸ்க்கு நீங்க ஒரு checklist about how to plan an event or how to plan a wedding அப்படி நீங்க ரெடி பண்ணீங்கன்னா that is a post.
Okay.
சரிங்களா? So that is an example of a post. Let's say for example you are talking about why it is important to have event managers to do business events. சரிங்களா?
Okay.
That is a post.
Okay.
Let's say you have இப்போ ஒரு பெரிய ஈவென்ட் ஒன்னு பண்ணிருக்கீங்க சரிங்களா? Recently you've done a big event and you are sharing with your target audience 5 things that we did well in this event.
Okay.
So அதுல வந்து நீங்க 5 நீங்க எல்லாமே நல்லா பண்ணிருப்பீங்க but 5 things நீங்க ஹைலைட் பண்ணி ஒரு போஸ்ட் நீங்க கிரியேட் பண்றீங்க.
ஓகே.
இதெல்லாம் நாங்க ரொம்ப நல்லா பண்ணோம் அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு சரிங்களா? அதெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு போஸ்ட்.
ஓகே.
Photographs நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா Google himself has given you certain categories. The photograph have to be aligned with those categories. Like for example interior of your business உங்க ஷாப்போ இல்ல உங்க கம்பெனியோ இல்ல உங்க பிசினஸோட இன்டீரியர்ஸ் அதோட சில போட்டோகிராஃப்ஸ் இருக்கணும். எக்ஸ்டீரியரோட போட்டோகிராஃப்ஸ் இருக்கணும். உங்களோட ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் இருக்கு இல்லீங்களா? Since you don't have a product you can even put certain photographs of the events that you manage.
Okay.
Ana if your photographs are all about events that you manage then you are not doing anything different. That is what you're doing. That is what everybody else is doing. So you will not stand out in respect to your competition.
Okay.
Right? So
அப்போ நம்ம நிறைய போஸ்ட் போட்டா நம்ம டிராஃபிக் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகுமா சார் அதுல?
கண்டிப்பாங்க. ஏன்னா என்ன ஆகும்னா சார் உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஆர்கானிக் ட்ராக்ஷன் வரும். ரைட்? So organic traction வரும்போது when people look at your post and then when that is how when they come to you.
Okay.
So it is another part of your marketing and sales funnel. Sir, Google My Business நால மட்டும் சேல்ஸ் ஜாஸ்தி ஆகும் அப்படின்னு கேக்குறீங்கன்னா கிடையாது.
Sure.
பட் நீங்க ஒரு 4 சேல்ஸ் கைல வச்சிருக்கீங்க. I mean 4 மார்க்கெட்டிங் கைஸ் வச்சிருக்கீங்க. அதுல 5th person can be Google My Business, 6th person can be somebody else, 7th person can be somebody else. Right?
Okay.
That is how you build your marketing funnel, you build your sales funnel.
Okay.
Akash,
yes,
I'd like to add on with what Srinivasan had asked. Srinivasan posts regularly. I mean, some group in which he regularly posts.
Okay.
Post பண்ணார்னா அந்த ஃப்ளவர் டெக்கரேஷனுக்கு வைக்கக்கூடிய பிரிக்ஸ், இந்த ஃப்ளவர் குத்துவாங்கல்ல,
ஓகே,
பேசிக்கான பிரிக், அந்த பிரிக்கை வந்து எப்படி யூஸ் பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு ஜேபிஜி ஃபைல் போட்டிருந்தாரு. ஒரு பிக்சர் போட்டு எப்படி வைக்கணும், எப்படி டிப் பண்ணணும், எப்படி எவ்வளவு வாட்டர் எடுக்கணும்னு சொல்லி ரைட் அப் மாதிரி கொடுத்திருந்தாரு. So that was very informative. This is in line with what you took in the earlier session, educating the customer.
Yes.
So that he is doing it regularly.
Yes. So which means that he can start doing. See, so the content is the same, right? We market it using WhatsApp. We should also market it using Google My Business.
Okay.
There is same content, sir, but you have to put it on different channels.
Okay.
So that either channel mulima you get seen and then people start coming to you.
Okay, sir.
Wonderful. So let's thank you. Let's move on to the next slide. Yes. So we you know this is something that we also saw a little while ago, that we should definitely have we should definitely have offers. We should definitely have events, and this is how it looks. Can you see they have a 20% off on spectacles, and you can see that. Right, so this is going to pull the prospect to your shop. Now, after he comes to your shop or to your outlet, whether he's going to buy or not, that is sales. And for that, you need to have your counters, executives, and your staffs and everyone. And these are events. So these are all ways of how you can communicate to your personal target audience. That is very important. Right. Next, I also spoke about promoting e-commerce transactions. So let's say, earlier we had an example that Jagan gave, that this gentleman spoke about bricks on which the flowers are kept. So let us say, for example, that okay, how did this line come? 1 minute.
Somebody has used it.
Okay, so. So yeah, what I was telling is, let's say he sells those bricks, right? If he's selling those bricks, he can add them as products on his Google My Business account, and he can put a price to it. He can show comparison. So this is how Google will list it. Of course, it is not only going to list yours. So when somebody is going to search, flower bricks, உங்களோடதும் இருக்க போகுது பிளஸ் உங்களோட காம்படிட்டரோடதும் இருக்க போகுது. Right, it's not that உங்களோடது மட்டும் தான் இருக்கும், because this is a common platform. உங்க மாதிரி இன்னொரு 10 பேர் அதே ப்ராடக்ட் போட்டிருக்காங்கன்னா அந்த 10 பேர்த்தோடதும் லிஸ்ட் ஆகும், and that is how the customer is going to decide which one he wants to look at. Right, and I'll tell you that there are so many products that get sold using these Google My Business or Google Merchant Center. If you connect it to Google Merchant Center, it's a complete end-to-end business solution. Right, so what are the must-do things using Google My Business? One, keep it most updated. NAP is called, in the digital world, NAP is called name, address, and phone number. Right, name, address, and phone number, and Google is very, very particular that your name, your business name, should match anywhere in the internet. So your Google My Business name should be exactly the same name as Google, as it is on your website, as it is on your Facebook page, your company's Facebook page, or your LinkedIn's Facebook page, or your Twitter account. Everything should be consistent. Even your address has to be consistent. And the address consistency if you use TN, you should use TN everywhere. If you use Tamil space Nadu, you should use Tamil space Nadu everywhere. Right, if you use Coimbatore, you should use Coimbatore everywhere. At one place you should not have Coimbatore, another place CBE, another place Kovai. Apadi irukka kudadu. It has to be the name, the address, and the phone number. These three fields are very, very important. They have to be consistent. You have to keep your products and services listed. I will show you. Now we are coming to the last part of the session. So I would like to show you my own, listing, because only there I can show you all of this. So if you see my own listing, just give me a second. You will see that everything is latest. So I have we have 2 different companies I manage, and we have 2 different locations. If you can see, this is how it is here, and this is how it will be everywhere across. Right, and this is our Bangalore office, and this is how it is going to be everywhere. We moved our Bangalore office from one location to another a couple of months ago, and immediately we updated it on Google My Business, because otherwise what will happen is people who search will go to the wrong location, and if they go to the wrong location, you are screwing up with the customer's expectations or the customer experience, which is not a good idea. So Jagan, you remember you mentioned that the map showed you a wrong destination, right? So the culprit here are those businesses, not Google.
Okay, now we realize it.
Yes, and you can see that you can see. Okay, so I'm going to go into my Coimbatore location, and I can show you. So you can see there is. See, this is the latest post that is there, right? About 6 hours ago, one of my team members have put it up, and then you can also see about our info. What is our info? On the left hand side, there are certain aspects. So you can see here, these are our keywords, right? Payroll service provider, accountant, tax advisor, accounting firm, bookkeeping service, financial advisor.
Akash, just a second.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not able to see the page. It is on that must do Google My Business page only.
Oh my God. Okay, 1 second. Let me show you. Okay. Yes. So can you see now? Yes.
Yeah. Can you come again with this part, because
I will come again.
Still searching that earlier screen.
Yes. Let me go back. Yeah. So here is where you can manage your locations, right? So let's say you have, there was a gentleman from Annapurna. We know that Annapurna has about 15 or 18 outlets. All of those can be listed as different locations. It could be in the same state, same city, different states, does not matter. So this is where you do your locations, and I get into the location that I want to manage. And inside the manage, can you see here the latest post? One of my team members has actually put up about 6 hours ago, and within 6 hours I have already got 7 views. Right? So remember, I didn't pay anything, but 7 people have looked at it. Right? Let's talk about the business information. So this has to be very, very important. Can you see here? You have to have your primary categories and additional categories listed so that people can search you easily. If you are just going to, for example, we have a couple of event managers. Just don't put event management as your primary category, right? You also have to have in your secondary or additional categories, wedding event planners, Sangeet event planners, or whatever you want to call it, birthday event planners, and all of that. So that helps in when people search, because Google uses artificial intelligence engine. So people don't have to exactly search what is your service. They can search anything related to it, and the closest match will be shown out. This is how you have to be present, right? And you can see here, I told you about the address being very accurate, right? So can you see here, it has actually been crossed out. Google crossed out because everywhere else we have used this NO full stop. And when we created this particular post, we did not, Google My Business account, we did not use that NO full stop, right? So it is very important that we have everything same. And then in the beginning, I asked you guys some questions about how would you feel if you go to a shop and it is closed? And that's exactly what you can do here. You can actually list your opening and closing times. And Google, let us say, for example, my office is in Vadavalli. And Jagan, you stay in Ramnathpuram, right?
Yeah, Akash.
Yeah. And if Jagan is going to, search payroll consultants by about 5:30, right? So my closing time is 6 o'clock, right? So he sees that, and Google Maps is going to tell him that this is going to close soon. Do you really want to go? So he can take the decision of whether he wants to travel all the way at the neck of the closing time. And these are good points for better customer experience. And this is our holiday list. Can you see here? You can see that all of these. So we follow a standard holiday list. And during these holidays, our office is closed. And if you search on a particular day of a holiday, it will show that it is closed. So you don't have to come to my shop when it is closed, because if you do so, you will less blame yourself, but you will not have a good feeling about my company, right? And then this is the phone number, this is our Twitter account, this is our website. You can also, as I told you about another doctor, we can also give our appointments. Can you see here? These are where you add your products, right? So this is where we can add our products. You can add the product name, you can select a product category, and see dining tables, shoes, headphones, whatever, price range, fixed price. People can see everything, right? And this is, and then very important, your services. What are the services that you do? So under payroll, under this primary category, I do various other services. Can you see payroll?
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Sir, in the previous info page, there is an highlights and planning. What it is used for, sir?
Which one? Which one?
Page, highlights.
I am there on this. So highlights. Yeah. So yeah. See, I'll tell you exactly what it is. So when you put a post and when you are there on Google My Business for a certain amount of time, right?
Okay.
Google starts giving you credibility.
Okay.
Google itself will suggest certain highlights about you.
Okay.
So in fact, why our this is not we cannot change this. We can only accept it or deny it.
Okay.
And Google has told that this is women led, because many of our staffs are actually women, girls.
Okay.
And that Google found out from our photographs.
Okay.
Right. So these highlights come from Google as citations. They are called as citations.
Okay.
If you stick with Google for long enough, if you have your Google My Business updated, if you are interacting well on Google My Business starts recognizing you and starts giving you citations.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So for example, certain restaurants who respond to each and every customer review, whether they are positive or negative.
Okay.
Right. They will get these citations that, great responders.
Oh.
Right. Okay. So that's done by Google.
Okay. Okay, sir. And below that, there is another thing called planning.
Planning.
Yeah.
Where are you able to see, sir?
Sir, actually, I'm just seeing my Google business page. In that, it has been shown that below the highlights, there is another category called planning.
Okay.
And in that planning, it is mentioned that LGBTQ friendly, like that it is mentioned.
So LGBTQ friendly, I mean, so that is also some recommendations that come from Google, right?
Okay.
So planning is a recommendation to you. It is not a citation. It is a recommendation to you. Whether you want to be told that your business is a LGBTQ community friendly business or not. Okay. Unfortunately, in India, it's too early to talk about LGBTQ communities. So you can just ignore it. You can just ignore it.
Okay, fine, sir.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt again.
No problem. Going on, I was talking to you about services. Now, this is very, very important, my friends. So either you have to list your common products, best sold products, whatever, or you definitely have to list your services. If you can see, we have listed all our services here: outsourcing, lodgement, audits, PF compliance, India tax compliance, tax lodgement, all of that, right? So these are services that we list because, as I told you again, Google, you don't have to search exactly what you want on Google. Google will be able to apply artificial intelligence and get you near near to your search results. And that's why you have to put most of your or all of your services so that whatever your customer may search for, it is shown. Right? See, you can see a lot of girl power. So that's why it says women led. Yeah, going back to my meeting. Yes. Yeah. So we spoke. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah. Now it's must do using Google My Business.
Yes. So come back here. We spoke about products. We spoke about services, hours, holidays, on all of that. So keep it updated, friends. We also spoke about post engaging content regularly. So whether it is going to be your events, your offers, your posts, or your photographs, post them at some kind of an interval. I'm not saying that you should post every day or every once in 2 days or something like that. But if you decide to post on a weekly basis, just keep up that tempo. If you decide to post once in 2 weeks, just keep up that tempo. And the last but not the least, and the most important also, is Google does give a lot of importance to your customer reviews, right? So ask your customers to review you on Google. And please don't ask your customers to give you 5 stars. That is wrong, because you will not know what is wrong so that you can fix it. Ask your customers for unbiased review, and sometimes you may have an irritated customer, or maybe sometimes the customer may give you 3 stars or 4 stars. Doesn't matter, but Google takes these reviews seriously. And if you are customers who welcomes if you are a store who have customer walk-ins, you can even have you can even send your Google My Business review link to the customer on his mobile phone, and he can review it. Most of the times, if your location services are already on, Google itself will ask you, you visited Relativity Management Solutions yesterday, would you like to review? ? Right? Otherwise, if you have the mobile number of your customer, you can send a link specifically to review your business on Google My Business, and that is also possible. So these are the must do things on Google My Business, and anything above this will drive better engagement. I want you guys to also look at, of course, Jagin, we could share this as a PPT to the audience once the webinar is over, because these are very good resources, not only for Google My Business, but generally for business owners. They have fantastic content about using Google My Business and using digital itself as a medium for marketing.
Okay, we'll do it.
So we can share this. We'll definitely share this with you. This is not my content, guys. I follow a lot of them, and I've just put up some basic content here. And with that, guys, thank you very much for your time. I think I have overshot by a couple of minutes, and sorry for that. But yes, there is also a poll that you need to take. Please make sure that you take the poll. If you can see, you can take a poll and then give your feedback. It'll help us, or it'll help me also to be better. And now we can have further questions, and we can do it. Inve, Rafi, Akash, well done. Thank you very much. Please, Pamela, Suresh, you have a doubt. Yes, Pamela, you can speak to me, no problem. You can unmute and speak to me.
Yeah, good evening, Pamela here.
Yes.
I was surprised because I'm also your client. I also stay here at Vadavali. We have an optometry school, optometry college. So what we do is, I have this doubt regarding the review. So sometimes during the admissions, when I interview students, they tell us that they found out that we are rated 5-star, but I never knew how we got that, or anything. It's, I think some of the students have put that review.
Okay. Okay.
So now we have, expanded to 3 more batches. So should I ask the rest of them, because those who have known have given review. So
Right.
should I ask the other students also to put the review? Will it help?
So, Pamela, there is definitely a lot of importance that comes through reviews, and there is a lot of algorithm of Google My Business to rank you better if your reviews are better. So that's called as social trust.
Okay.
So as I told you again, please ask your customers to review you. Right? Just let's make sure that we don't ask them to review 5 stars. That's all.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all. Yes, but it does help. It does. It helps a lot.
Now that, sorry, just an addition to that is, is there anything? Is it okay if they all do it on the same day, or from their phones, or should it be done?
That's not an issue at all. As long as not everybody gives you the whole 5-star rating.
Okay.
There will be ups and downs, which everybody will understand. But there is nothing that people shouldn't do, on the same day or anything of that sort. No problem.
Okay. Yeah, I found it very useful. Some of your examples that you gave, I could relate to my own business, and especially the value addition as events and posts. I'll follow that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please do connect with me on LinkedIn, and
yeah, sure.
we can, there is a lot of content regarding small business and marketing and digital marketing that I share. It'll be happy to share with you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I was happy to know that we are your clients.
The world is very small. Yes.
Yeah.
We are so pleased and thankful that you are our clients.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Next person, please.
Hi, very good evening. This is Rajshekhar here.
Yes.
I'm sure you are able to hear me, right?
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So I run a business in Chennai, actually. I run a sweet shop. I am a partner in this shop, actually. So I am listed in Google as well, actually. So when the stage, I used to get around 20th place or 25th place.
Sorry, why don't we do one thing? Your voice is not clear.
Okay.
Can you type
now
your
am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So when the customers type it as sweet shop, okay, my shop is listed in the very it is listed as 20th or 25th place.
Okay.
But the ratings are very good. The ratings are like around 4 or 4.9 is my rating, wherein I'm able to see many sweet shops wherein the rating is very less, which are listed above me. I just wanted to know what is the reason for that.
So is this on Google Maps that you're talking about?
No, it is on Google only, direct Google.
Yeah. So
Google,
what happens,
yeah.
What happens is there is a lot of background algorithms that drive these numbers.
Okay.
One of the definite things that I can definitely tell you is there is a possibility that either the person who is searching is nearer to that particular shop, because distance is one factor that is taken into account.
Okay.
Point number one. Point number two, there is also an option called service area in Google My Business.
Okay.
So just make sure that your service area is significantly, larger.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, I have a shop in Periyamed, Seringla.
Okay.
And if I say Periyamed, service area, Periyamed, Nungambakam, Chepauk, which are all, very travelable from Periyamed.
Okay.
So somebody searching from Kodambakam, for them, your shop will be listed far, far below, primarily because you have not mentioned Kodambakam as the service area.
I got it. So if there is a customer in Kodambakam and if he is searching, then my shop might list in the top places, right?
No, if there is a customer in Periyamed and he's searching, because you're also in Periyamed.
Okay.
then your shop may be listed in top places.
Okay.
But if you expand your service area, there is a lot of potential that the rankings may improve. Point number one. Point number two, maybe they have earned some trust by posts or by user photographs. One of the things for shops like yours, apart from the photographs of the owners, Google also gives importance to photographs uploaded by customers themselves.
Okay.
So that's also when you just ask your customer to review, right? You select customers. I know you cannot ask everything, but to select customers, you can say, okay, why don't you also put up a photograph?
Okay.
That's
so
all.
That will help. That will help.
Yes. Correct.
And one more small question I just wanted to know is that in case the customer is visiting my place on make Google to review, or how is it possible? Or is there a feature like that in Google to enable it?
Like what? Automatically to review?
Automatic review. Yeah, automatic.
No. See, sometimes it depends on a lot of factors. Automatic reviews come when you have your location history and all of that turned on, and it also has some smartphone, capabilities. It is also dependent on smartphones. So this is purely on the consumer side. As a business, you cannot do anything. The only thing that you can definitely do is, if you are collecting your customer's mobile number, right? Of course, with their consent, if you are collecting your customer's mobile number, you can send a link directly to your shop's review page.
Okay.
And request them to review. This is definitely possible.
Done.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. Next question.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you. So let's look at some chats that we have got. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I'm Srinivasan sir again. So I have a doubt. In the insights column, sir, there is a tab called How Customers Search for Your Business. In that, I have selected one quarter. In the 3 different variants are mentioned in as like an algorithm kind of thing is there. In that, direct, discovery, and branded is mentioned, sir. And how to increase this branded, discovery, direct? How to increase that?
See, branded discovery is when you have some promotions.
Okay.
Right. So let's say you are running offers or you're running, events. That is branded discovery.
Okay.
So when you have offers, when you have events, and when you post them on Google My Business, and after you post them on Google My Business, let's say out of 100 people who have visited Google My Business, 10% have come from this branded channel, that will show up there.
Okay.
That is how it is.
Okay, sir. And one more related question. Actually, my rating is like 4.9 in this Google business, and I have also 188 reviews in my Google business page. So, but still it is showing only 4.9. Why it didn't get 5?
Why it did not get 5?
Yeah. No, because
I'll tell you that, because see, some people would have rated you 5, some people would have rated you 3, 2, some people would have rated you 4. It is a weighted average.
Yeah, that I can understood, but sometimes some wrong reviews has been posted. Because I don't have any client like that, but one of the client has posted a wrong review, like a negative review. So after that, it became 4.9. Previously, it was like 5.
No, I think So negative reviews will be there. You cannot help them. Just get more customers to post good about you as you grow.
Okay.
Wonderful. Next question, please. Anybody else? Let's have a lot more opportunity for others also. Anybody who have not asked. Anyway, until I get another hands up, let me see. Okay, thanks for your information. Yes, thank you, Ramurthy. Bala, thanks for the great presentation. Thank you, Bala. Kovai Prakash, very useful. Thank you, Kovai Prakash. Srinivasan, speaker mobile number, please. You please connect through my LinkedIn. You can see it here, and we can connect or we can chat through LinkedIn. No issues. Bala Srinivasan, I have a question. Yeah, I think we spoke. Any other questions? Anybody else who have questions?
Netaji had some doubt. Netaji, Brito.
Which is being answered now. Thank you. How this was a very.
I had a question. So the same.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. I had a question. The same has been answered. Like so.
Wonderful.
Question is answered. Thank you.
Great. Good. Next. Anybody? Okay, so I think we have Jawahar. It was okay. ER Dhanabal has raised hands. Jagan.
You can ask Dhanabal.
Thank you, Jawahar. Thank you.
Sir, good evening. I am Rotractor Dhanapal.
Yes, Rotractor Dhanapal.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, நம்ம வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா Facebookல இல்ல Instagramலாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம வந்து டேக் அந்த மாதிரிலாம் கொடுக்குறோம் இல்லைங்க சார்.
ஆமாங்க.
நம்ம பீப்புள்ஸ் வந்து நம்ம வந்து நம்ம ரீச் பண்ற மாதிரி.
எஸ்.
அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம கூகுள்ல கொடுக்க முடியுங்க.
கூகுள்லனா கூகுள் மை பிசினஸ்ல சொல்றீங்களா?
கூகுள் மை பிசினஸ்ல ஆமா.
கூகுள் மை பிசினஸ்ல டேகிங்ங்கற கான்செப்ட் கிடையாதுங்க.
ஓகே.
You see what you can tag is இப்போ ஒரு பர்టిక్యులர் ஈவென்ட் நீங்க பண்றீங்க அதோட போட்டோகிராஃப்ஸ் நீங்க போடுறீங்கன்னா you can tag those photos to those events. That's all.
Okay.
But you cannot tag like how we tag on Facebook, different people. See, Google My Business is not a social media platform. சரிங்களா? இப்போ நம்மளோட இன்ஸ்டாகிராம் எடுத்துக்கோங்க, Google My Business, I mean Facebook எடுத்துக்கோங்க, those are social media platforms. அவங்களோட இன்டென்ட் வந்து பிசினஸ் கிடையாது.
ஓகேங்க சார்.
பட் Google My Business ஓட பியூர் இன்டென்ட் இஸ் டு மேக் யூ விசிபிள். அவ்வளவுதான்.
எஸ் சார்.
So அந்த டேகிங் எல்லாம் இங்க வொர்க் அவுட் ஆகாதுங்க. இட்ஸ் நாட் பாசிபிள் ஆக்சுவலி.
சார் ஓகே சார். சார் ஆக்சுவலி ஒன் மோர் டவுட்ங்க சார். இப்போ நம்மளுக்கு சார் இப்போ இதுக்கு முன்னாடி கேட்டாரு, அதாவது நமக்கு தெரியும், அதாவது அந்த பர்சன் நமக்கு யாருன்னே தெரியாது, ஆனா நமக்கு ரிவ்யூ பண்ணிருக்காங்க நெகட்டிவா.
ஓகே.
மேபி அந்த நெகட்டிவா வந்து மேபி அந்த அவங்க ரிவ்யூ பண்ணதுல ஓகேங்க சார். அதாவது 5க்கு 1 கொடுக்குறாங்க, 2 கொடுக்குறாங்க, அது ஓகே. ஆனா நம்மளை பத்தி நெகட்டிவா ஒரு கண்டென்ட் வந்து நம்மள வந்து போஸ்ட் பண்ணும்போது அது ஒரு பேட் இம்ப்ரெஷன் மாதிரி நம்ம சொல்லியிருக்கோம். அதை வந்து நம்ம ஏதாவது எரேஸ் பண்றதுக்கு ஏதாவது சான்சஸ் இருக்குங்க
சார்? இல்ல சார், ஆக்சுவலா எந்த ரெவ்யூ once review has come, it has come.
Okay.
You cannot until and unless it is violating Google's policies. சரிங்களா? யாராச்சும் வந்து ஹேட்ரட்னஸ் பேசுறாங்க, இல்ல யாராச்சும் வந்து வேற ஒரு கம்யூனிட்டி இல்ல ஒரு ரிலிஜன் பத்தி பேசுறாங்க, these are Google policy violations. இந்த பாலிசி வயலேஷன்ஸ் இல்லனா அந்த ரிவ்யூ போகவே போகாதுங்க.
ஓகே சார்.
ரைட். பட் there will be both kind of reviews. You'll have a mediocre review. Many times we've seen a lot of bad examples of reviews also. They are also there in my own site, right? We have to live with it, and I'll tell you, if there is 1 or 2 or 3 bad reviews, either your customer or Google is not going to talk bad about you.
Okay.
But if there are 100 bad reviews and only 3 good reviews, then everything is bad. Correct?
Sir, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
That's how it is. Yes, thank you very much. Jagan, shall we close? We've already got a lot of time.
We'll just check out. Anybody with one last question?
Okay, one last question. You maybe Jagan, you can say one last question, one last question, 2, and then we can.
Okay, probably like when we start putting these things into practice, we'll have some questions. People, just stay on. I just got one more thing to discuss with you. Akash, we are planning for a WhatsApp session, right?
Yes, that was a request from your side.
Yes. Sometime next week. Okay, we are just waiting for that. Akash, can you remove your screen share so that I can bring in some of mine?
Oh yeah, sure. You can just take over. Done.
Yeah. Yeah. Friends, today we had, Akash, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Friends, today we had how to increase sales using Google Business by Mr. Akash. Tomorrow we have driving force, part 1. This is a two-part session. Tomorrow morning, please note, this is a session in the morning between 11:30 to 12:30, but it might spill over based on the involvement of the participants. We have with us tomorrow Dr. Nitish, Ashwin Nitish, who will be speaking to us. He's a TED speaker and a management consultant, life coach, and an environmentalist. So this session will be applicable for people from the teens to adults. It doesn't mean like you have to be an entrepreneur or a businessman or a employee. So anybody can attend this program. It is mainly to do with your thought patterns, emotional intelligence, and your belief system. Like we'll also be discussing about tools to enhance your subconscious mind and to develop an action plan. The second part, we'll be going into more of methodologies like word alteration, a lot of these techniques which can be used to enhance your belief systems and also your behavior patterns. So friends, please do join us for tomorrow morning's program by 11:30. And here we have a serial of our sequence of our programs. On Monday, we have Dr. A.K. Sindil Kumar. He'll be speaking to us on Remelt for Your Business. So it is for business people and entrepreneurs. This will be all our programs except Saturdays. Tomorrow's program is at 6 p.m. in the evening. Then we have JCGFR Manivannan on the title, The Key to Unlock Your Sales Potential. This specifically for sales managers and sales people. And it will be more of a sales oriented program. So we are having this. Then we are having on Wednesday, Mr. J. Karthikeyan, 4 Power Steps to Financial Wellness. It is the second part. Friends, it is based on personal finance. All these 3 speakers from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, including today's speaker, Akash, are doing their second program. There's a good feedback for the first part, so we have asked them for the second part also. So please do join us. We'll be again broadcasting to Facebook and other medias. So slowly we are also learning about, today we came to know about this Google My Business. So I'm sure we'll also be able to use that somewhere or the other. And as a closing remarks, I'd like to thank Mr. Akash, who's been helping us and supporting us at whatever time I call him for any discussion. Thank you, Mr. Akash. I would also like to thank all the participants from the Rotary, the JCs, and from the event industry. Thanks to you once again. And I'd also like to thank Mile Foundation, CR, the South Indian Events and Wedding Association, and Relativity for making this program happen. And last but not the least, we have with us our host for the day, DD, Design to Digital, Mr. Vijay, who has been hosting all our programs every day and has been giving us his support through Zoom to use the Zoom facilities and all the other backend supports. So thanks to one and all. Thank you. Catch you up for tomorrow's meeting in the morning. Thank you.